Okay, so Dave, your suggested topic was guns.
Guns, man.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's
I'll talk about guns.
Yeah, let's talk about like what do you carry? What's so if we're talking about like let's talk about carry pistols for now. What do you think? Like there's so many like things up in the air. Like back in the day, the argument used to be like the bigger the caliber, that's really what you want, the biggest caliber. And nothing else is going to substitute that, right? And I think there's still a lot of ideology.
Sure.
Because obviously
Caliber wars,
yeah. And so generally bigger is better. But
it's a little delayed, but yeah, I'm down
I like
with America.
It. Yeah. So I think it's interesting because I've done a lot of like research. I'm certainly no ballisticologist.
Ballisticist.
Ballisticist.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't study ballistology. So
bulletemrics.
At a Holiday Inn. Express, obviously. So like for me, like you can see on the table. I carry my see that like a lot of kung fu stuff going on, but I carry my 380. I have a little Smith & Wesson 380. I love this thing. You can see that I have a little clip that's attached that I can attach. I take out a pin, it goes right in there, and I don't even need a holster. This thing just hook right to my waistband, and it's so easy for me.
I need to look into that clip thing. I'm like, it's
awesome,
all right,
dude. Like for a small pistol like this, it's fantastic. Like if you were to go like with a 9mm, probably be a little bit heavy.
And it's not a ballisticologist; it's just a ballistics expert.
It's a ballistologist.
We know
we're not stupid.
Let's
let
him
have
it.
Okay.
I carry the Glock 42. When I like,
and for people who don't know,
it's the 380.
Yep.
It's about the same size.
It's about the same size. They're all about the same size.
And I know a lot of people gave me crap when one of the reasons I actually liked it was because I got this Black Hawk soft holster for like $9 or whatever it was at a gun shop, and it has like this strip of not fabric but some type of material around it. So if you do stick it in your pocket, it sort of sticks in there.
Yeah.
And on my Class B uniform pants, I had a spot where I would unzip it, and there was like, it's hard to describe, but it was a pocket in that pocket. Okay, so then
the side
yes.
cargo pocket for
my left
podcasters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Left side, and I had the pocket that you could pull the Velcro and open that up, but then I had a zippered pocket behind that.
Now, let me ask you, because I think it's a good idea. Why did you do that? Why did you go to an offside with your carry?
Because
with your
I'm assuming that there's a problem with my right hand. If I don't have my other main weapon in my right hand, I'm gonna need to reach with my left to my left side.
And see, that's why I wanted to ask you, because obviously but it's important because some people you don't think much about that, right?
Even on my vest, if some guys carry their backup gun on their vest, and I would put it on the right side under my right arm so that my left hand was reaching. And a lot of people don't think about that.
Yeah.
I saw right-handed guys have their backup weapon on the left side of their vest.
Very different, yeah.
How would you grab it? Quickly? I don't know. Like, it didn't make any sense. So, like, you need to be able to reach in, obviously, with the left hand. So that pocket holster, it just happened to fit perfectly in there, and I could run, and it would stay in place. I left that pocket unzipped so that I could reach my hand through there. I didn't have to lift anything up. I could just reach straight down my left. If I just followed my leg down, I could pull that gun out. The holster stayed in place.
Yeah.
Great little holster, and it was easy. I never really carried in my pocket. I'll stick that same holster or a Kydex like in my waistband. And today, actually, I was outside on a phone meeting, and I just realized I need to drive here, and I actually just drove off and didn't even get my gun out of the house. But that holster is what I carry, and the 380, people laughed at me.
Isn't that weird?
They're like, "Oh, what? Not big enough for even a 9mm or whatever. Like we carried 45 caliber Glock 21s was our actual issued weapons. And at first I tried, I don't even remember the model number, but it was the compact 45. Thing was so freaking heavy in my off cargo pocket. It was so big I couldn't put it on my vest. It looked awkward, felt funny.
Yeah.
I tried to put it in my pocket. I got in a foot chase and jumped a fence, and it was like clanging everywhere. And I was like, I became really fixated on it because I thought it was going to fall out, and it just was uncomfortable. I got that 42, and I loved it. It's super light, super convenient. I could literally put it anywhere. I could put it in the pocket. I could put it in my hip.
Yeah.
It didn't matter when I carried off duty or as a backup. And when I qualified with it, I could do the full MCOLS qualification, even at 25 yards, and I was shooting just as good as my full frame gun.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if that means 380s have advanced over the years, or the frame of the pistol being able to handle that I don't know what it is. I love that gun.
Yeah.
I didn't even get the 43, the single stack 9mm when it came out, because I like the 380.
Yeah.
And for anybody that always teased me and said like, "Oh, a 380," I was like, "Hey, I will. Well, let's go into the range. Stand as far away as you want from me.
Yeah.
And let me plink you a couple times.
I'm gonna hit you. I'll hit you 3 times. That's it.
Let's
Just
see
3
how you
times.
like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly.
Precisely.
That's. Thank you for proving my point.
You bring up a good point that people automatically like take a dump on a smaller, on what they consider a smaller. Now they say you don't ever want to go smaller than a 38 or 380. Fine, whatever. I mean, my personal opinion is for people who maybe have small hands, maybe people who have strength issues in their hands, maybe people who have who do not have strong arms, shoot whatever caliber you are comfortable with, and that's it.
People ask all the time, like, what kind of gun is good for me? Like,
whatever you can hit with accurately.
Shoot a variety. Whatever you shoot the best with.
Yeah.
How about you start with that?
Because I do not want to get hit with a 22. It's that simple. I
have seen people shot with 40 cals and 45s sitting there talking to me.
Yeah.
And then I've seen other people zippered up with a 22 that hit their calf and zipped up their leg and blew out a big old hole in their upper thigh or something like. And bullets are weird things like that. Like
it's funny that you say that, because the people who are making fun of a smaller caliber, a lot of times are like, people who do a lot of shooting or whatever. Now, we've seen a lot of I know I've seen a lot of gunshot wounds, and I've seen damage from all different kinds.
Yes.
And I've seen 45s not do a lot of damage. I've seen 22s kill people. And
bullets, I always tell people bullets are weird freaking
They are
things.
so weird. Did we bring up on there where I saw the guy got hit by a 9mm and he coughed and it came out of his back?
No.
Yeah, he was being the biggest jerk. And I worked in Detroit at the time, and I was giving him crap because he was just being such a jerk. And he didn't want us there, and he was sitting on the porch, and we're like, "Where have you been shot?" He's like, "Oh, go," and we're like, "Dude, I'm trying to help you. If you don't want our help, fine. Fine, I hate you, And he coughed like that. And it was cold, and he coughed, and he had a big puffy jacket on, and it popped out the back, and it landed on the steps. So like, you just don't know what bullets are going to do.
They're
and nowadays
really odd.
Honestly, Mike, even more so. What's that?
That's all I can carry.
Oh,
his knife.
He's holding a knife.
It's so cute.
That's not
He's
a
like,
knife.
Oh, it's not a knife. All right then. What was I just talking about? The 9.
Just different calibers
Just
and
like
what we
different
see.
calibers.
Like bullets do weird things. It's
Nowadays,
like everybody's like 45 has more stopping power.
Yeah,
dude.
It
whatever.
depends on. It'll always depend on the round. There are some really good websites out there if you want to look at ballistic testing and all that stuff. And I did. And so my 9mm, I carry a certain round, and I don't even remember what it is because I saw it.
I carry
on
a
something
critical defense.
Lucky Gunner.
I see Hornady critical defense is what I carry.
Okay. See, so like you have your thing. So I looked up on Lucky Gunner. And they don't support the show or not, whatever.
But
they
if
could.
you want to.
Well, Lucky Gunner does a ballistic test. They do a crap load. LuckyGunner.com. It not only does the ballistic test. You can look at the video. It shows the shot grouping. It shows all the rounds afterwards and how much they expanded. It has shot grouping, like the speed, the penetration, all that stuff. So it's a really good resource. LuckyGunner.com. It was a great resource for me to pick my 9mm rounds out. And as a matter of fact, I did some other stuff for the 380. It turns out the 380 ball ammo, regular ammo, has actually more penetration power than a hollow point in almost every case.
Huh.
So that's what I carry in my 380. Again, it's all personal preference. So
yeah,
I know
I also like the fact that I can dump with my 42. I carry an extra mag in my pocket.
It's very easy. They're so small.
So it's not even a big deal. So now I have, let's see, 7 plus 6. I have 13 rounds available to me.
Yeah. Where before you'd probably have one, and that's what I would carry with my 9mm. I would have 8 rounds.
I used to carry for the longest time a Glock 19. I actually love that gun. And
that's
now
the 9mm, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I carry the 17 for work, and I love the 17. I learned to shoot on the 17, and I love the feel of that gun, and I shoot well with it. It's and I love the 21 too. The 40 cal I actually have a problem with. I don't do as well with 40 caliber pistol. There's a lot of pop to it. I don't know with that, and that might depend on the pistol. But
I agree. We carry 40 cal for duty pistol. And I'm not one of those Glock boys or any other I have a Glock. I've always loved Glock. Basically my whole law enforcement career has been carrying Glocks. That's it.
Yeah.
I've loved them.
I've carried
They're
SIGs
fantastic.
too.
I've shot SIGs. I've never liked the SIG. That's just been a personal preference. It's nothing against SIG. I do know they're making lower profile upper slides, which I think are better for me. It's all a preference. But I happen to have a 380 Smith & Wesson. I have a 9mm Smith & Wesson for my off-duty carry. Nothing against Glock, because I would buy a Glock. I just wanted something different.
Right.
And so
I like the. I'm sort of like a Glock guy by default.
I was too.
Not by anything like. I've shot other guns. I've enjoyed shooting other guns, but I love the simplicity and I clean my 42 the same way I do the 17. I take it apart the same way.
Yeah, they all come apart the same way.
I'm used to the function as being identical, and it's really just a simplicity for me, and I don't have to think too much about it. I can get a new Glock tomorrow, and I'll know how to work it. It's
and chances are it takes the same magazine.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. That's why I said they're bulletproof. I've never had a problem with them. The only time I ever had a problem with a Glock was when I used to reload myself, and it was for the 40 cal. And I specifically, on purpose, tried to make lighter loads to see how light of a load I could get before it wouldn't feed. And that was it. Every other thing it would shoot, it's fine. They're great. There's so many good manufacturers. I almost find it disappointing that there's like super fans of each one's like that one's crap. It's like like
Glock is overrated garbage, plastic piece of crap. Okay, pal,
stop.